Hey, what's going on? This is Brandon Garland, and in this video, what I want to pretty much demonstrate is what I call the 4 legs of success. So when I'm selling anything to anybody, and it requires, one-on-one engagement to do so, rather than just send somebody to a sales page. And most of the time, obviously, that's going to be mid-ticket, that's going to be high-ticket, any product. I would say $1,000 and above. Some people define mid-ticket as around the $1,000 range. Others define that as, being a mid-ticket. I view mid-ticket as being $499 or $500 around that range. And, you can simply send people to a sales page for that. But if you have to really understand, who this person is what they want, then this is sort of the process that I take them through. The reason is I think of people when they go to buy or invest in themselves. A lot of times, only people will attach their success to the knowledge that they understand. So we're gonna get more than that. We're gonna talk about the 4 legs of success, and to demonstrate that, I use a table here with a plate on the top. Now, what that plate represents is what their desired outcome is going to be, what they want, right? So, a desired outcome might be, in the fitness industry, it might be to drop 50 pounds, or it might be to, get, do strength training and get ripped, right? The desired outcome for a relationship might be to find, the wife, their wife or their husband. So same thing with, business. It might be to grow their business, maybe double their income, or it can be, whatever their desired outcome is. So that's what you have to know when you're talking to somebody is, what do you truly want, right? Is it to, and that can be beyond money, that can be beyond romance, that could be, they want to have more of a flexible schedule, they want to quit their 9 to 5, they want to, visit. I come across a lot of times where I'll talk to people who want to visit their family in different states or countries. And so, once you dig a little bit deeper, you're going to find out what those desired outcomes are. And then it comes to how you can help them. And a lot of times I will get, people, like if I'm putting out info products, for example, a lot of times people will say, well, I can find that up on YouTube, right? I can go to YouTube and I can find how to do that from YouTube. And that's absolutely true. But in order to reach that desired outcome, knowledge alone is only going to be one of those legs, right? So as you can see here, we have knowledge popped up. That is going to hold up the table with one leg, right? And so if you took all those other legs away, it's going to collapse. And I'm going to talk about why in a minute. But I highly recommend sharing this analogy with people that you talk to over the phone, because if they start to doubt that, that what you're offering is not valuable enough compared to the price you're charging for it, then walk them through and help them understand the value by not so much going in on what kind of knowledge they're going to get, but going in on the whole package, the whole 4 legs of success. So knowledge is necessary, and you have to have knowledge. Now, knowledge is everywhere. I mean, you don't have to even go to a university anymore to get a degree. Obviously, there's some industries where, medical field and law and things like that, that you're going to want to have extensive knowledge. But for the most part, you can literally, go on YouTube and give yourself an education, but you're still lacking some of the other things. And, so let's just jump right in as far as the second one goes. So knowledge is the first leg that would hold up the table to be able to reach desired success or desired outcome. The next one is accountability and support. Okay, and this is a huge one, because when people come to me and they say, I can go to YouTube and get all the knowledge, a lot of times I'll ask the question, why haven't you done that yet? Right? And one of the big reasons they're not doing it is because nobody's holding them accountable to do it, right? Nobody's pushing somebody to do it. Nobody's, giving them the support that they need if they have questions. They're literally staring, just like you guys are staring at me through YouTube right now. You're not going to have the full-on accountability and support from me. you're going to take my knowledge and you're going to go out and try to do it your own. And sure, you can pop some questions in and I'll respond, but it's not going to be what you're going to offer somebody, right? You're going to offer them something more personal and more valuable than just commenting on a YouTube video. So that's a very important one: accountability and support. And then community. Community is huge. Community is, you're surrounded by others who are all heading in the same direction, right? And when you see their wins, it gives you what? It gives you the motivation, right, to keep going. And you can, sort of network and share ideas with those people and to really further your knowledge, right? And it becomes sort of, you have friendships and you feel like you're part of this pack. What's the saying? Birds of a feather flock together. So, you're all heading in the same direction. You all have the same desired outcome, and you're going to all use the same vehicle to get you to that desired outcome. So that community is absolutely huge. Now, here's what the last leg is where I found out firsthand for myself. All this stuff right here can still not motivate anybody to continue on. The knowledge absolutely does not. If somebody goes on YouTube, they could go on YouTube's and binge watch them for a week. The next week they're done watching YouTube, right? Because they just don't have anything else other than one leg, right? Accountability and support, same thing. You can get accountability and support like you are, with when you join some courses out there. But if it's not a big priority and you just bought the course, let's say for less than $100, then you are, not so much motivated because it's just going to be sitting on your shelf, another quote unquote product that's going to sit on your shelf and collect dust. Community, the same thing. So what do you have to stick with it, to stay focused on it, and to, again, reach your desired outcome? And that is skin in the game. You have to have skin in the game. And what skin in the game does is it puts your, it just puts you in that realm, right? And so, skin in the game can be time, it can be money, it can be things like that. But if you put skin in the game, it's going to make you lose focus on all the other stuff, all the other noise out in the world. It's going to keep you from jumping ship all the time, right? And so if you have the skin in the game, it's going to legit, probably one of the most important things to keep you on task and to keep you focused. I'll give you an example. I've purchased so many books out there. Books, how much are they? Let's call it $10 to $30, okay? And that's not a whole lot of skin in the game. I'm just exchanging $30 or less for a book, let's call it 200 or 300 pages. And a lot of times, I'm not going to digest the content in that book. It doesn't hurt me though. It was only $15. So what do? I stick it on the shelf, it collects dust. However, I purchased a program from a guy named Sam Ovens, and the program was called Up Level Consulting. And that program was, at the time, I think I paid $6,200 for that program, okay? And it came with everything. It came with knowledge, right? It was a bunch of modules and videos and things like that. It came with the accountability and support, right? We had, there was weekly calls that we could attend and ask questions, and there would be, motivation as well. There was community. He uses a platform called School, SKOOL. And in that community was, I got to see other people's wins. I got to see people asking questions, similar questions. And, people had, what do you call them? Can't think of the name. Accountability partners and things like that. So obviously a lot of these two are very closely related, but having that community, it felt like it was the sense that I was in the right spot, right? And then the last thing is that $6,200 that I put into it was my commitment, right? Sam took months and to create this course and years of the knowledge to do so and experience to do so. And the skin in the game, okay, was the fact that I was able to meet him halfway and commit to this, right? And so if I woke up one day and I said, I don't want to do this, right? Then I could, it was hard for me to quit because I would say, oh man, I put $6,200 in it, right? So I made a huge commitment to that. And so I'm going to hold myself accountable to continue on because I have that kind of skin in the game. So never undermine the skin in the game. That's a huge, that really is huge, right? And it's going to keep you focused and keep you on on task to finally reach that desired outcome, which is sitting at the top of that table, right? And so this is the kind of walkthrough that I explain to, you know, if I'm on a sales call or if people are sort of on the fence, they don't know because they feel like they can do it on their own. You know, a lot of times I'll ask them, how has that worked out for them so far? And then I kind of walk through them why it probably hasn't worked out for them. And then they kind of grasp it and then they see it as a bigger thing versus just like, here's another course, e-learning course, or here's another, you know, whatever you're selling, you know, whatever your deliverables are, right? It could be a service, it could be a course, it could be consulting, it can be coaching and things like that. So hopefully this video helps you out. This has really opened up the eyes to a lot of people that I talk to, and I highly recommend using this analogy here. And it helps people understand that, you know, what it really takes and why they've failed over the years to reach that desired outcome. So anyways, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, comment below. If you enjoyed it, hit like, subscribe to me if you want more videos like this, hit that bell to get notified. And until then, I will talk to y'all later.